barbecue chicken style pizza for you today. To start out, you're going to do the crust, and the crust is super easy. It's only 4 ingredients: cauliflower, egg beaters, cheese, and seasoning of your choice. And I've already cut up my cauliflower and put it in my Cuisinart. I use the cheese grater attachment to grate it up into fine pieces. Not so fine that it's going to be mushy, but you're going to have big chunks to kind of mash together to make a good hearty pizza crust. So after you grate that, whether you have a Cuisinart, a blender, or a cheese grater and you want to do it by hand, you're going to measure out 4 cups and then add in 1 cup of egg beaters or egg whites, your choice, and then a cup of part skim shredded mozzarella cheese, along with whatever seasonings that you'd like to give a little flavor to your crust. So since I've already grated this up and put it together, I'm just going to measure out 4 cups and then we'll get going with making the rest of the crust. Okay, so we've got 4 cups of cauliflower measured up in our bowl, and I'm going to add the cup of egg beaters, cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, and then some of my seasoning. Okay, all of my seasoning. Okay, I always like to do it by hand just because I like to feel my food and know that it is mixed to the proper amount. It's not going to form into a nice tight ball like a normal pizza dough would. It's going to be loose, it's going to be crumbly, but once we put it on the pan, it'll all come together. Okay, so that is nice and mixed up. So I just lined a pizza tray with a piece of parchment paper. You can use a cookie sheet, any kind of sheet you have. I like using parchment paper just because I know it's not going to stick to it. You can also use foil if you spray it with a little bit of olive oil first. So I just dump it right down in the middle of the pan, get all the extra pieces out there, and then you're just going to smash it into the pizza pan to the size that you want. If you want a thicker crust, you can leave it thicker. If you want a thinner crust, just smash it out to the edges. I like a thinner crust myself just because I feel like I get more pieces out of it that way also, and if I get more bites, I feel like I get more food, which is always a good thing, especially when it comes to pizza. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I just kind of clean up the corners just to get that pizza look to it. And so now this way when it bakes, it's all going to bake as one piece, so it won't come out crumbly. So I just give it an extra pat, make sure it's all good in there. And that's what your pizza crust will look like. I'm gonna just pop it in the oven. I have it at 425 degrees, and we'll leave it in there for about 20 minutes, and we'll take a peek at it and make sure that it doesn't need to be turned or anything. But usually it takes about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, so while we have the pizza crust in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and cook our chicken for the toppings. You're gonna need 9 ounces of cooked chicken for a pizza for 4 people. And so I just open up a package and I'll cook the entire chicken that's in there, and whatever's left over after weighing out the 9 ounces I can use for a meal tomorrow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it on my grill, and then once it's all cooked, we'll set it aside, measure it out, and chop it up to add to the pizza. Okay, now that we have our chicken cooked, we're gonna go ahead and weigh out 9 ounces, which is what we'll need for the pizzas. And I like to use a digital scale so I can put my own bowl on it. I got this one at Costco for I think $15. It's a really good deal. So I'm gonna put there on there, and I'm gonna cut these into small pieces that you would put on the pizza. In the bowl. And you can really use any toppings on this. Doesn't have to be chicken. You could put turkey. You can find some turkey sausage or the chicken sausage. Just any kind of additional protein. You also don't even have to use meat. You can use extra cheese as a topping if you'd like as well for your protein. I just like the barbecue chicken pizzas, so that's what I'm going to use. With the chicken, you're also going to have a cup of shredded cheese, whether it's mozzarella or I use a Mexican blend just because I like to have the different kinds of cheese in there. Just as long as it's a part skim or 2% reduced fat cheese, you're okay. And then you're going to want to have 2 cups of mixed vegetables. I have a little bit of spinach, some mushrooms, bell peppers, zucchini, any kind of variety you like. Just make sure you get 2 cups of veggies in there. And then for the barbecue sauce, 3 tablespoons is what you'll need, and I like using the Walden Farms thick and spicy barbecue sauce. It's no calories, no sugar. So it's been about 35 minutes now since we put the pizza in the oven, so we're gonna go ahead and pull it out. Looks great. It's a nice golden brown all in the middle, and it's pretty dark around the edges, but it's not burnt. It's just nice, yummy, crispy cheese. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our toppings on it. Our sauce I do first, and then I usually go big to small. So I'll do my pieces of chicken, my bigger chunk vegetables, little spinach on top, and then we'll top it with the cheese so that the cheese holds it all on there together. When you put it in, it won't fall to pieces. Okay, so now we have all the toppings on there, the sauce, the cheese, vegetables, chicken, and we're just gonna go ahead and throw it back at the oven at 425, just long enough for that the cheese melts, and it'll be ready to go. Okay, so it's just been about 8 minutes, so now we're ready to pull it out. Looks delicious. Cheese is bubbly, nice and brown on top. Everything looks cooked. So just let it cool, slice it up, and serve, and you're good to go. Hope you guys enjoy it. It was a lot of fun making it, and come back for more videos. Have a good day. Bye.